Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Datsun SR20 project here on the Grumpy Penguin channel. Yeah, it's been a while. Basically, yeah, it's just taken some time, and this is boring. You guys don't really care about sandblasting frames and painting them, although it came out really nice. I'm super happy with this. Very happy with the way that this turned out. Yeah, it's just been great. Use this product. I'm going to promote it a little bit because I like it. I did pay for it, so this isn't an advertisement. This is just me letting you know. I got this from Summit. It's called KBS Coatings Rust Seal. So just kind of show you guys that product a little bit here. It's supposed to be able to paint over rust, which it can, and it did in a couple of other pieces that weren't part of the frame. It kind of forms like a little bit of a bendable product when it installs, which is really nice because it seems to be a little bit more durable that way. I painted most of this with a brush, and it actually turned out really well. It kind of, all the brush strokes went away. I didn't use a reducer, just basically painted it straight out of the can. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. The chassis has been sandblasted. It is now painted. I have restored all of the suspension components. The front suspension is pretty much, I'm not gonna call it bone stock because I did make some modifications to it, but it's pretty much as it came from the factory. I've got lowering springs on it. One of the things I did do was add a big brake kit from Sprizo Motorsports out west. Really awesome, huge rotor, lots of thermal mass there. I don't think it's going to be an overheating problem. They do, I think they do require 15-inch wheels, and not all 15-inch wheels will fit. So because they do use a Nissan Z32 4-piston brake caliper up front, so obviously more than enough braking force for the front of the car. I added an angle kit as well to get a little bit more steering angle out of it. That is that kind of a billet piece up front. Really nice fitment on the piece, very nice. And then also added some uprated ball joints for the lowers. It's kind of a weak point on this, and I figure if I'm going to be tracking the car and autocrossing it, it's definitely gonna probably put some extra strain on those lower ball joints. So I wanted to make sure those were up to the task. Other than that, the front is pretty much stock. The back, I'm gonna actually just do a whole other video here on this back suspension. I did also convert the rear to disc brakes. That is, I think, Ron Weldon's kit. He is like Ron's Garage or something on Facebook. And really nicely made kit. Looks to be laser cut brackets to adapt S13 calipers and rotors to the back. Early S13s, actually, I think all S13s and some S14s were 4-lug, so the same bolt pattern, so the brake rotors will fit up. So I just popped a drilled and slotted rotor on the back, and then did an S13 caliper. The only modification I had to make from his kit is I basically had to flip the bracket 180 degrees so that it would move the caliper to the front side of the axle. I think it's intended to be on the back per his kit, but I had a clearancing issue with the coilover conversion. So that's very specific to my build. If you are running a stock Datsun rear end, that will not be a problem. That is just something I ran into because of placements of where I chose to put coilovers. And then I've got a OS Geiken two-way diff in the rebuilt differential. So totally rebuilt the diff, all new bearings, seals, sealed it all up, gooped it all up, repainted it with the same coating that I used on the chassis. So that is all good as well. So this thing should rip. So yeah, that's the update. Sorry it's been a minute, but this is just if you've ever done a car restoration, you know this is a incredibly time-consuming process. Every nut and bolt in the front end and back is all new, grade 8, zinc-plated hardware. So that's just takes time to, to source all of that stuff and to make sure everything's good to go. Thanks for sticking with me throughout this update, and yeah, look for the next video regarding the rear suspension. I'm gonna kind of do a little bit of a deep dive into what I did, and yeah, so stay tuned, and thanks for watching. See you in the next video.